Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Ocean County School Counselors Association Virtual College Fair. And thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters anytime. Your cameras and microphones are both off, so the panelists cannot see nor hear you. This is just one of many different sessions being offered, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions. This presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at stripescan.com/OCSCA. With that being said, I'd like to turn it over to our first presenter. So if our panelists from the College of New Jersey could join us, thank you so much. And the floor is yours.
Thank you. I'm going to share my screen to get our presentation started. Sorry, give me 1 second. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for joining us tonight. My name is Jenny Sikanix. I am an admissions counselor at the College of New Jersey, and I'm actually also an alumna of TCNJ. TCNJ is located in central New Jersey, right between Trenton and Princeton, which has a lot of opportunities, especially within the arts, education, and political industries. And we're also a train ride from New York and Philadelphia. We're actually equidistant from both of those areas. So a lot of our students take advantage of internship and job opportunities in those prime locations. But TCNJ is a really interesting institution because we are a public school, but we have the feel like that of a small private liberal arts institution. So how I like to think about it is that, as you're looking at colleges, you notice that there are two distinct kind of schools, and TCNJ really combines the perfect blend of the best elements of those two different kinds of schools. So we are like that of a big public research institution in that we have state-of-the-art labs, technology, and equipment. All of our programs have their own hands-on space, which makes us a high-value institution. As you can see, that's reflected by this slide here, #1 public college and university, right? And some of the spaces that our undergraduate students can take advantage of right when they start at TCNJ are our own TV studio, 3D maker space, video game lab. We have a business financial learning center, model classrooms, and a brand new STEM facility for our students to enjoy, as well as simulation labs and a digital humanities lab at TCNJ too. But we have the feel like that of a small private liberal arts college. And that's reflected in the numbers that you see here. We're considered a small to medium-sized school. We're often labeled a medium-sized school. And that's because we have about 7,000 undergraduate students at the college, which translates to incredibly small class sizes. Our average class size is 21 students. And what's important to note about this number is that it actually decreases as you advance throughout your academic career at TCNJ. So you can expect your junior, your senior level classes to be even smaller. Our student to faculty ratio, or student to professor ratio, is 13:1. So what this means is that you'll not only know the other students in the class, but your faculty will know you, your professors will know you. They'll know your names, they'll know your strengths and weaknesses, and they'll really work with you on these individually. And these small class sizes, this community-based institution, right, translates to personalized internship, research, and study abroad experiences as well. But I do want to draw your attention to the last number on this slide, which is our retention rate, which means that 94% of our first year students actually returned to TCNJ for their sophomore year. So what this means is that our students are not only academically driven, but they are challenged and supported on our campus and ultimately happy. We have one of the highest retention rates in the nation, which I think is incredibly important for you to think about as you're looking at colleges right now. We are a liberal arts school and offer a liberal arts education. So we have 7 different schools: the School of Arts and Communication, Business, Education, Engineering, Humanities and Social Sciences, Nursing, Health and Exercise Science, and lastly, Science. Most students will interact in some way with many of these different academic areas. And throughout these 7 different schools, we have over 50 majors. What's important to note about TCNJ, because we have that community feel, because we have these personalized experiences, most of our students are actually double majors and or minors. Our students also have the opportunity to take advantage of specializations within each of these majors. So if you're looking for a more specific or nuanced area that's not listed here, we probably have it at TCNJ. We also have a self-designed major option, so it's important to note that we have the resources to support programs that are not listed here, right? Beyond the programs that are listed here. We also have an undeclared major at TCNJ and undeclared within some of our specific schools. So we give students the opportunity to start taking those content-specific courses while also exploring the vast options that they have through a liberal arts education. Some of the things that are incredibly important to remember, though, as you take the steps to applying TCNJ is that we are now test optional. So we are test optional for all of our programs except the 7-year med program. That program is an accelerated program to which we still require test scores. But we are test optional for all other programs, and we're really seeing test scores as a confirmation of an already strong transcript. We take a holistic approach to the application review process, so you'll see that there are a lot of different elements here, but we value the transcript most because it speaks to the student's passion and growth throughout their time in high school. We are looking at interests, so by all of you being here today, we'll know that you've shown interest in TCNJ. We are looking for leaders, and take a look at your extracurricular activity list. We're also looking for 2 to 3 letters of recommendation and your essay. Here are our deadlines for TCNJ. We don't have early action, but we do have 2 opportunities for early decision, with the 7-year medical program having a different deadline as well. You can apply to us through the Common App or the Coalition for College application. Here's a shot of our beautiful campus, and here is our admissions site. So if you have any questions, there is an FAQ on how to apply to TCNJ, and I'll put my email in the chat. Thank you all.
Thank you so much to our conversation on the College of New Jersey. Next up, we have the University of Maine.
Thank you so much. My name is Brittany Hopkins. I'm a counselor with the University of Maine here in Orono. I'm going to start off by sharing my screen with you all. So bear with me for just one moment. All right, sorry about that. Classic COVID time tech issues. As I said, we are the University of Maine in Orono. For any of you that are not familiar with our state of Maine, we are right in the middle of our state. So we're about anywhere from 6 to 8 hours, depending on where you're driving in New Jersey. That's typically what you can expect to spend in the car. We do have a couple of international airports in Maine, so certainly easy to get back and forth if you're looking to attend. And we are the state of Maine's flagship institution. So really all that means is that we are the big state school of Maine. We are the only Division I athletic program in the state, which we're very proud of, but we are also the only premier research-based institution of the state as well. So really all that means is that we have tons of opportunities for all of you as students, whether you want to study one of our science-based majors and get research experience in that, or one of our other nearly 100 academic programs. I guarantee that we'll have something that sparks your interest, or maybe if you want to come in as an undecided major, we have lots to choose from there to be able to support you in whatever academic route you choose to select there. We are in a small college town, so you do get that kind of quintessential small college town experience. Similar to my colleague at TCNJ, we are a big school, but we have a really small school feel. We're slightly bigger than them at about 9,000 undergraduate students total. We do have a graduate population. So if you want to get like a graduate degree in 4+1, which is just an accelerated master's degree, if you want to get a doctorate level degree or whatever you're looking into, we do have some of those programs. So that puts us at about 11,000 total students at our school. But again, we're at about 9,000 undergrads. So a good medium-sized institution that's not too big, not too small. I think it makes you feel right at home while also giving you lots of opportunities. As I mentioned, we do have about 100 academic programs here. So this slide is just to show you the variety of things that we offer. As you can see, we split them up into what we call colleges. So of course, you all can read a little bit while I talk, but things like education and human development, that includes, of course, education, athletic training. Our engineering school is one of the most popular ones on our campus. We actually are just finishing up building a multi-million-dollar facility for our engineering students on campus that will open in the spring of 2022. So for anyone that is interested in engineering and the University of Maine, I highly recommend that you look into our programs. I'll put our website at the end. And like I said, we have a brand new facility being built for that. If you're not interested in engineering, as you can see, we also have a College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. We have our Maine Business School, as well as lots of majors in our sciences, forestry, and agriculture. We do have a 16:1 faculty ratio, which just means that you have a really nice peer-to-peer connection, nice small class sizes, especially as you get into your sophomore, junior, and senior years. But even as a first-year student, most of your major-specific courses, you do take a couple of those starting that very first semester, will be closer to about a 20 to 30 student filled classroom. So it's nice and personalized for you. We do have an honors college on our campus, which some students choose to do, not something that you have to take part in, but certainly a good addition to any of the majors here. You are more than welcome to join that, whether you are a nursing student, an engineering student, an English student. Some students are concerned that it would be too much of a heavy load for a more rigorous major. That's not the case here at UMaine. We highly encourage all of our students to take advantage of that, and they're able to get, again, even smaller class sizes in our honors program, which is nice, from 20 to about 10 to 15 are their numbers. And it also offers the students the opportunity to develop a thesis and graduate with honors from the University of Maine. In the non-academic side of things, we do have about 200 clubs and organizations. Those range from Greek life to student government to even a competitive men's and women's lumberjack team. So really a wide range of interests are covered there, as you can tell by the 200 plus clubs. We are a vibrant sports school, as I mentioned. We are a Division I athletic program here in Maine, the only one. We're very proud. And the athletic department also got a grant for some new facilities. So lots of new buildings going on here. And we will have some really nice new athletic facilities in the coming years, which we're very excited about. We also have a very vibrant arts, theater, and music department as well for our students. And we have spaces from a Shakespearean style theater, nice and tiny, to a large performing arts center, which is great. Finally, I want to wrap up with our application details. We are an early action school. So as you can see, that date is December 1st for anyone that's looking to apply this fall. Keep that date in mind. That is the priority date for getting into your major that you want, especially for more competitive majors like nursing and engineering. You want to make sure that you apply nice and early. That also considers you for the highest amount of merit or academic-based scholarship possible. So I always highly recommend to get that application in early by December 1st. However, we do have rolling admissions, as you can see there. So the recommended date would be March 1st that we ask you to get your applications in. This year with COVID and how, confusing everything was for us and for all of you, we did kind of expand that a bit. So if anyone is a current senior here and you still haven't put in an application, or you're just considering more schools, please feel free to send us your application even today. And you have until May 1st to make your decisions for us. Good to keep in mind for anyone going into their senior or junior years, just in the back of your head. But again, for anyone applying this year, please know May 1st is the deadline for that decision. And know that we do not charge anything for students to apply to the University of Maine. So we try to make it as accessible as possible. And that about does it for me. As I said, I will go ahead and put our admissions information in the chat for you all. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me, and I will be here in the presentation as well. So put a question in the Q&A. Give me, something to do in the back end here, and I will be stepping out at 6:40 a bit early. So if you do have those questions, be sure to get them in nice and early. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, Brittany. And again, folks, that was the University of Maine. Next up, we have UMBC.
Awesome. Hello, everyone. Thanks so much for having me today. I'm going to start sharing my screen really quickly. One second. All right. Hold on. Got to go back. I'm not sure why it's on this slide. Oh, there we go. Perfect. This is what I'm looking for. All right, everyone. My name is Rachel McCauley. I am one of the admissions counselors at UMBC. UMBC stands for University of Maryland, Baltimore County, but just to keep it short, typically we go by UMBC. I'm one of the admissions counselors here, but I also am a UMBC alum. So I have that student experience and professional experience to share with you today. So first, this is our beautiful 500-acre campus in Baltimore County, Maryland. Even though Baltimore is in our name, obviously you can see that we are not in the city of Baltimore here, as there's a lot of green space around our campus, but we are only about 15 minutes away from that inner harbor of Baltimore. So great location to have a little suburban feel, but also so close to the city where you can get that vibrant life, right? So lots of small towns around us, little coffee shops, boutiques, and a beautiful Patapsco State Park right next door if you're into hiking or taking pictures of nature and just exploring. We're in a really great location for that. We're also only about 30 minutes from Annapolis, Maryland, and about 45 minutes from DC. So being so close to all these cities creates a lot of job and internship opportunities for our students on campus. Now I want to bring you into our campus of UMBC here. You can kind of see we are one big circle. In the smack dab middle of the circle there, you will see a taller building. That is our library, where a lot of our students will either hang out, study, get some Einstein bagels while you're there. But the location of the library is great because it's in the middle. And if you cut the circle in half right through the library horizontally, everything on the bottom half of campus is residential and everything on the top half of campus is academic. So it makes it really convenient if you're living on campus to go and hang out with your friends who might live down the hall from you, or in the apartments if you're living in the residential hall. You have a lot of different variety, but it's really easy to get to one another. Same thing with your classes. If your class ends at 11:50 and you have another class at noon, you have plenty of time to get to class, as each building is only about 2 minutes away from one another. You even have time to stop at Starbucks or Chick-fil-A or one of our other restaurants on the way. Now let's talk about what's within our school. What's our life like here at UMBC? Our colors are black and gold. We are the Chesapeake Bay Retrievers. So it's similar to a golden retriever. We're vibrant, we're excited, but we also have some grit, hence our mascot's name, True Grit. We also have 11,000 majors. Oh my gosh, that would be a lot. 11,000 undergraduate students and about 61 majors in 55 distinct programs, 70 minors, and 36 certificate programs. So a lot of variety there in terms of what to study. And they can really range from STEM to political science to arts and humanities like dance and theater, or psychology, sociology, philosophy. We have a lot of different majors and a lot of programs to study at UMBC. Some of our more popular are engineering, computer science, biology, and psychology. We have over 270 clubs and organizations at UMBC. That includes club sports, musical theater clubs, a cappella groups, fraternities and sororities, and then miscellaneous clubs as well, like Humans versus Zombies, where people run around campus with Nerf guns and weird costumes that we love so much. So we have a lot of fun on our campus. We also have 17 Division I NCAA sports teams at UMBC, and that's where you'll really see our black and gold spirit at those games. We have plenty of notable alumni, but here are three just to name a few, but we're gonna move on quickly. We do have an honors college and scholars programs. These all are for students who are academically rigorous and want to take that extra step within the classroom. We do offer financial aid, scholars programs, and merit scholarships for those who apply by November 1st, and we'll get into those dates and deadlines very soon. Now we have plenty of ways to explore UMBC outside of this session. We have virtual sessions on our websites. We have our major websites that are really specific as well. So if you want to really dive deep into those websites, feel free to do so. And make sure you ask questions. Whenever you think of one, it's a great way to get to know your colleges and universities that you're interested in. Now to talk briefly about our application, we are on the Common App. We'll need your official high school transcript, looking for mainly A's and B's and those accelerated courses as well, like APs and honors. We are test optional for this fall 2021 semester if you are still interested in applying, and we will continue to be test optional for the fall 22 semester as well. We'll accept up to 2 letters of recommendation. They are optional and they can be from anyone except your family and your friends. So if you have coaches, teachers, counselors, youth ministers, we're happy to accept letters of rec from them. Our early action deadline, like I said, is November 1st and regular decision is February 1st. That application for our juniors will open up on August 1st this year. And with that being said, I am so glad that you all had me here today, and I'm so excited to get to know each of you. Feel free to take down my contact information, but I'll also be putting that in the chat as well. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Rachel, for sharing with us what is offered at UMBC. Next up, we have the University of California, Irvine.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. My name is Michelle Burns, and I am one of the regional admissions counselor for UC Irvine. So I'm actually based out on the East Coast, just the same as all of you. I'm up in New Haven, Connecticut, though especially lately, I wish I was out in sunny Southern California. So I'm so excited today to share with you information about UCI and some of the reasons why we might be a great fit for you in your college search. So I always like to start with a little bit about where we are. If you don't know where Irvine is, don't worry, you are not the only one. We're located down in Southern California. UCI is part of the University of California institutions. So you may have heard of some of our sister campuses like UCLA, San Diego, Berkeley. We're part of that family. There are 9 undergraduate institutions within the UC system. We all share one application and we're all considered the research branch for the state of California. Of the 9 of us, 5 of us are ranked in the top 10 amongst all public universities within the country. Irvine's currently ranked number 8. So we're really happy that we're able to support our students in a variety of ways. It is really nice and sunny out there, 73 degrees. We're just 10 minutes from Newport Beach. So we do get the ranking as the #1 school for beach lovers. I don't know how they figured that out, but we'll take it. And then for your parents and counselors to know as well, we are ranked as one of the safest cities in the country by the FBI. Irvine's a city of about 275,000 folks. And so we're located right in the center there. A few fun things to do in Orange County. We have, like I already said, a number of beaches, great places to play, be outdoors, enjoy that outdoor life, have concerts, and also go to Disney. So if you're a Disney fan, we're just about 25 minutes away from there. And while we know it's really important to have those wonderful outdoor activities and fun things to do in college, we also are located in a region where we have so much access to a lot of internships and research opportunities as well. So Irvine is home to about 1/3 of all Fortune 500 companies, which provides you with a lot of access to internships and some other great job opportunities while you're in school there. Going over to our academics, we have 14 different schools within UCI and over 150 different majors and minors within those. If you are coming in and you're not sure what you want to do yet, that is okay. We do have an undeclared program that you can apply into and then figure out what you want to do. We do spend some time at UCI having all of our students take general education courses, and we definitely believe in an interdisciplinary approach for all of our students. So as I go over to the next slide, you'll be able to see a little bit of how our campus is laid out. We were built and designed in 1965. So that's when the University of California, Irvine was founded. And when we were founded, you know, because it was the 60s, they had to do something a little bit different. So we were designed in a circle. One of the great things about that for our students is that when you're on campus, you're never feeling siloed in one specific area. So if you're an engineering student, you're still going to interact with students from humanities and the arts and social sciences. We also take that interdisciplinary approach across campus with our professors, with our staff, and with our students as well. So we'll see students that are working together collaboratively who are coming from a variety of academic disciplines. That really helps students first off, find some other things that they're maybe interested in that they didn't know before. It also really keeps us all connected. UCI is a really collaborative environment. That's something we hear from a number of our students, is that they're coming, they're surprised at how much they are working together. So while we are a competitive school to be admitted into, we really see our students supporting each other and helping each other out. A little bit about those internships that I talked about. These are some of the companies that come and work with our students. We do a lot of project-based learning as well. So you may be in a class where you're being hired by a company to work for them and design a new product or innovate something, and you're working with your professors at the same time and having that great connection. We see a lot of those students get internships and job opportunities. We also share study abroad programs with our sister institutions and programs like our UCDC program, where we have a building in DC that has dorms and you have internship opportunities there. You'll see some of the fieldwork opportunities that we have there too. So when we talk about research, about 73% of our students get involved in research. That also may be done through hands-on fieldwork projects for our students as well. When I also ask students about why they chose UCI or some of their favorite things about UCI, one of the items I hear mentioned a lot is the diversity on campus. So we are a very diverse institution. It's a reason many of our students seek us out. We always know that we can continue to work better, work for better things on campus as well. So we are a minority serving institution, and we really look to be a minority thriving institution. So you'll see the background of where some of our students are coming from. We also want to support you with cultural centers, resources on campus like our LGBTQ Resource Center, and then also ways to keep you safe and healthy like our campus health and student academic support as well. Of course, just a little bit about some fun things. We're a D1 school for sports. We have over 600 clubs and student organizations on campus, and you can't beat our mascot, Peter the Anteater. So if you want to learn more about him, come to some of our campus presentations and you can learn a little bit about why we're the Anteaters as well. A little bit about the application. We're part of the UC application, no early action or early decision. So November 1st through November 30th is the time that you can submit your application. No letters of recommendation. We are also test free as a system. What that means is that even if you submit your SAT or ACT scores for us, we will not use them in the review process. Last thing, I'll let you take a picture. If you're not viewing this tonight, but viewing this next week or the week after, then you can still register with us and feel free to jump into any of our student presentations. Thanks so much, and I hope to get to meet you all soon.
Thanks, Michelle. And for the folks, again, that was the University of California, Irvine. Next up, we have the University of New Haven.
How's it going, everybody? My name is Robert Hardy, and I'm the Assistant Director of Admission and New Student Transition here at the University of New Haven. So I'm just pulling up my screen. Can everyone see it here? So welcome to the University of New Haven. We are located just outside of New Haven, so about 5 miles west of New Haven in West Haven. West Haven's home to the largest contiguous beach or coastline in all of Connecticut, so that's something we're really excited about. Our marine bio students are actually out in the Long Island Sound every single Friday, doing the work that they're really excited to go to school to do. We are located just 5 miles outside of New Haven. So New Haven's the pizza capital of the world and also kind of the cultural epicenter of Connecticut. So it's home to museums. If you're interested in art, we've got lots of galleries for that. If you're interested in dinosaurs, we've got the Peabody. It's home to the world famous Toad's Place and also College Street Music Hall. We also have repertory theaters like the Schubert and also the Long Wharf. So no shortage of options to get involved and have a lot of fun in the city of New Haven. It's also a college city, so a lot of young people in and around the area, but we are almost equidistant from New York City and Boston by train. It's about an hour and a half to New York City and about 2 hours to Boston. So a lot of opportunities to go out and have fun there, but also amazing opportunities in terms of the reach you get for internship opportunities. We have about 5,000 students on our campus as undergraduates, about 2,000 graduate students. So we're definitely a medium-sized school. I like to say we're big enough to make a difference in students' lives, but really small enough still to listen actively to the direct needs of each one of our students. So really amazing stuff in terms of our size as well. The average class size is about 22 students per class. So for a school that has 5,000 students, we're really excited about being able to keep those class sizes down, making sure you have that face time with all of your professors. There are also 100 plus different majors on campus and 85 different minors and certificate programs. There's genuinely no shortage of options in terms of getting that robust undergraduate education you're looking for that's going to prepare you to either go out in the field or go to grad school after you graduate. But there's also no shortage of options for minors or certificates, which are really going to drill down into that niche that you're passionate about. The University of New Haven is home to 5 different schools listed here on the screen: our College of Arts and Sciences, School of Health Sciences, the Pompeia College of Business, the Tagliatella College of Engineering, and also our Henry C. Lee College of Criminal Justice and Forensic Science. And so this is something really amazing about the University of New Haven, and that's that we see that 97% of our graduates within just 1 year of graduation are either professionally employed in the area that they graduated in or enrolled in graduate school. So a really strong sense that the time and energy you're investing in yourself and your education at the University of New Haven, it's not only going to pay off in a big way once you graduate, but also a quick way as well. And we have 200 plus different clubs and organizations on campus, everything from your typical college clubs like Hacky Sack or Ultimate Frisbee, all the way down to your really specific niche type of clubs like Jedi Knitting Club. So if you're interested in knitting baby Yodas and leaving them all around campus in quirky places, that's definitely something that you can do at the University of New Haven. We are home to one of the biggest marching bands in the area. We actually have the #1 rated radio station or college radio station in the state of Connecticut. And then about 10 to 15% of our campus participates in Greek life as well. We also have a number of study abroad opportunities. There's 100 plus different opportunities for students to study abroad. But one of my favorites is our campus in Prato, Italy. So we actually own a campus in Prato, Italy. The tuition is a flat tuition, so a semester in Prato is the exact same as a semester at the University of New Haven in West Haven. And you get all the experiences of being abroad and in Europe, plus your dining dollars work at all of the local restaurants in Prato. So whereas we have a dining hall on campus, when you're in Prato, Italy is genuinely your dining hall. Athletically speaking, we are Division II and have 17 different Division II varsity sports, men's listed and women's also listed here on the slide. And the university offers a variety of different scholarships. We offer merit-based scholarships, which you can see ranging from $10,000 a year all the way to $26,000 a year. We offer an additional honors scholarship for students who are invited and enrolled in the honors program at our school. We have a scholarship for marching band, distinguished scholarship for individuals looking to go into business. And then our art students who submit a portfolio also get a scholarship for that as well. We have a variety of different opportunities to come to campus, so please definitely check us out if you get the chance. And I want to thank you all for being here. I'll be sure to share all of my contact information soon. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Rob. And again, folks, that was the University of New Haven. Last but not least, we had the University of South Carolina.
Gosh, and of course I did that without muting. Hello, everybody. My name is Allie Warwick. I'm the regional admissions representative for the University of South Carolina in Columbia, South Carolina. We are the state flagship institution of our state, right nestled in the heart of the state capital city of Columbia. So you can see here a bit of a snapshot of our city and what we have to offer. We really do have kind of the best of both worlds when it comes to that campus life and that campus experience, where it really feels like a traditional college vibe, college town, but steps away, you have resources of, one of the biggest cities in the state of South Carolina, in the State House, right, steps away from campus, from where you're living and learning, which is a really, really awesome perk to being down in the Southeast. And also, we can't ignore the exponential growth that our city has been seeing over the last 5 or 6 years or so. So really, there's no better time to start looking at Columbia, South Carolina for college if you are looking to maybe move down south, get the warmer weather, really, really great food down south as well. That's one of the main things that I miss from being down there full time. But yeah, there's a lot of really, really great things about this city. And again, there's no better time to start, looking to head down that way than for college. And Columbia is a great place to be. So why else do we go off to college if not for that degree, right? So no matter what you're interested in studying at the University of South Carolina, we probably have something for you. We have over 100 different degree programs that students can pursue. And when you combine minors and cognates and certificates and everything like that, there's actually over 300 combinations of academic programs for y'all to study, which is really, really exciting. And just to name a couple of our top ranked programs, we do have the nation's #1 honors college for a public university since 2012. So for quite some time, we're really proud of that one. And we've actually also had the #1 international business program for undergraduate students since, oh gosh, I think it's 21 years consecutively at this point, which is so exciting. If you think about it, college graduates today, their entire lives we've been #1 in that field. So our Moore School of Business is exceptional. If you're looking to go Southeast and looking for a business school, we really are a great place to consider for your next 4 years. And that student to faculty ratio might surprise you at 17:1. We do have 27,000 undergraduate students on our campus, but we really do prioritize having that small classroom environment as much as possible. So while I'm not going to lie to you, you're probably going to have, a couple of those lecture hall style classes with 100, 200 students in them, but largely, especially once you start your sophomore year and beyond, you're going to be seeing classes way closer to that 17:1 student to faculty ratio. Here's a snapshot of the colleges that we have at the University of South Carolina. You can check out our website to see the full list of majors. Like I said, there's over 100 of them, so I could never talk about them all right now in our short time that we have today. So something that makes the University of South Carolina so unique amongst, other schools you may be looking at is that we really push having that out of the classroom hands-on experience. And that's something really unique to a large school because our faculty, they're actually able to get to know you that way. And that's one of the big pride points that we have here at USC as Gamecocks. So internships are going to be required for most majors, if not all of them. In fact, a couple majors actually require 2 for their students to graduate. Study abroad is a huge opportunity, of course, not right now, but we're very eager to send our students back out into the world for that global education piece. And really anywhere you want to go, anything you want to do abroad in terms of your education, it's possible as a Gamecock. Research is very much a big part of our undergraduate culture, community, if you what have you, no matter what you're interested in studying, or it can be major related, it can be not major related. You can definitely pursue research as soon as really your first semester on campus. And then something else that really is a main component of life at South Carolina is that student body experience. So the best words that I can use to describe our student body and our school community is passionate and involved. So every student at USC is involved in something. They have something that is their thing, whether it's student government or Greek life, or they're a leader on campus in XYZ activity. We have over 500 student organizations for y'all to get involved in, and they range from the skydiving group, the skydiving club called the Flying Gamecocks, to extracurricular sports, to having an off-campus job or anything like that to get involved and find your purpose and find your niche at South Carolina. There's absolutely no shortage of ways to get involved and to find your people. So if you're scared of being at a big school, I would challenge you to consider just how many opportunities there are to find your smaller communities within that one larger community. And by the way, yes, that is our pool. I wish I was there right now and not in this yucky wet rainstorm that we've been having all day up in this area. So you can see here a snapshot of our freshman profile. This is the population of students that required test scores. So our current a current freshman class at South Carolina. We have not made any decisions yet moving forward for the future of our test optional policy. This past year, we did go test optional just for the year to see, to accommodate students who may not have been able to get into a test because of the pandemic, but we have not made any decisions moving forward regarding that. So keep that in mind when you're looking at these statistics here, these numbers. For our requirements for the application, we have 3 different ways that y'all can apply. The first is just right there on our website, sc.edu/apply. We're also on the coalition application and the common app. We don't have a preference for how y'all apply. We just are excited that you're considering doing so this time next year or afterwards. So with that, we do require a application fee of $65, and then the unofficial high school transcript, the school report form, and the required supplemental material. We're going to put that on hold because we're probably going to shift some things up for next year, but this is what we had for this year. This will not change. So if you want to take a picture of this slide here, these are the classes that y'all need to have completed by the time you graduate from high school. So keep these in mind. Usually for y'all's school district, we don't have very many problems with them, but keep that in mind too. And our deadlines are here. These will not change moving forward for the class of 2022 and beyond, the application class of 2022 and beyond. So please keep these in mind if you're looking to apply to us. And then that's some of our information on how you can explore campus, either virtually if you want to come down and visit us this summer when it is safe to do so. We would be happy to show you around and show you all that we have to offer at the University of South Carolina. And that is my contact information. I'm super happy to have spent some time with y'all this evening. And as always, go Gamecocks.
Thanks a lot, Allie, for sharing a little bit of information on the University of South Carolina. We're coming down to the end of the presentation, and I want to spend the last couple of minutes going through a quick Q&A session so that our reps can just talk about what advice they would give in this process. So I'm inviting our representatives back so we can start doing a quick Q&A, and we'll start off with the College of New Jersey. And the question is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process?
I think something that really helps students is having an understanding of what exactly they're looking for in a college. So I know that that's a really large undertaking to begin, but our small class size is important to you. Do you want to live in, will you be living on campus? Do you want to be in a city? Do you want to be in a suburban area? Those things can really help you start to narrow down what's important to you in a college and what you value. And especially because we're in this virtual landscape right now, take advantage of all the virtual visit opportunities that you can to learn as much about prospective colleges for you as you can. That's what I would tell some students.
Awesome. Thank you, Jenny. Next up, we have the University of Maine. Oh, the University of Maine is not here. Next up is UMBC. Sorry about that, folks.
Yeah, my advice is for the colleges that you're interested in and don't have the opportunity to visit, especially during these times, I recommend reaching out to the admissions office and see if there's any students, tour guides, student assistants, anyone who is currently attending the university or college who you can speak to, especially someone in your major who has been on campus, has been in the classroom, has been in clubs and organizations, and are currently in this virtual environment. How is that going? I think hearing from students who are currently ongoing the college experience are going to give you the most raw and real information, and that's what's going to be really telling to what your experience could be like at the school.
Absolutely. Thank you. Next up, we have the University of California, Irvine.
Yeah, echoing exactly what Rachel and Jenny said. That's what I keep telling students is students are more accessible than ever. So please reach out to them. Other piece of advice I would give, and this is also for the parents in the room, is that really make sure that your student is in the driver's seat and you're over there supporting them. I think that's the important thing. And I know oftentimes this is a family decision. And as you are juniors, this is also a great time to talk about finances and financial expectations around college, because that conversation is easier to have now before students have started applying and found their dream school.
Absolutely. Thank you a lot, Michelle. Next up, we have the University of New Haven.
Sure. I think my best advice to students going through the college search process is just to enjoy it, right? So I look back at the years that I spent going around from college to college, with like my best friend's parents and packing in the car with them. And I know that it's different now, but definitely enjoy the time because you're supposed to enjoy the entire experience and you're supposed to enjoy your experience. And I know that there's so much going on your junior year and your senior year. So any of those nuggets of, gold that you can find, those pockets where you can really just be, present and enjoy that whole experience, I really encourage you to do that. So that's my best advice.
Awesome. Thank you, Rob. And then we'll wrap this up with some advice from the University of South Carolina.
Awesome. So I would absolutely echo everything that my colleagues have said. That's just all around fantastic advice. I really want to hit home the finances piece because right now, my institution, for example, we're in this, scholarship decision season and, students coming to me asking for more money. And there's no worse feeling than telling a family, I know this is your dream school, but you're telling me you can't afford it. So have those conversations early and often with your support systems about what is realistically affordable for you all. Because as much as, we wish we could give everybody all the money in the world to come to our institutions, as much as you want to be here, there is that other component of it as well. So just make sure that you're talking frequently about that and using your resources too with, the college reps before that, decision season comes around. So, your options on the front end, as opposed to trying to do the cleanup afterwards to make it happen.
Absolutely. Thank you so much to our panelists for all this very sage advice and very honest advice as well. This kind of brings us to the end of this presentation. So it's a little bittersweet, but I want to say thank you to our panelists again for just being around and for letting us know how great their institutions are, and also our audience for taking the time to really know what their options are. So whenever y'all close this link, I just want to let y'all know that there's going to be a quick 4-question survey. Any feedback that you can provide would be appreciated. There is one more session, so be sure to sign up for it if you'd like. And then last but not least, if you would like to view this recording in the future, it's going to be available in about a week at stripescan.com/OSCA. And with that, I'll leave it. And thank you so much for joining us today, y'all.